Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Show. My name is Tracy. I'm your hostess for today's show. As you can see, I am solo, so this should be a very quick show. I do have a lot to get to, so it may run a little bit longer than I suspected. But before I get started, please subscribe to this channel. The link is in the description, or if you're watching this and you see a red box that says subscribe, you can just click it and you'll be subscribed to the channel. And every time I load up a new video or go live, you will be getting the notification. Also, like this video. The more likes we get, the more likely YouTube is going to show or recommend our videos. So that is a good thing to do. Remember to comment on well, you can comment on any portion of this video. I rarely get comments, and so I appreciate them all. And other thing, support me on Patreon. I'm gonna fluff my pillow here for just a second because my back is killing me. So just a moment here. Let's see. Okay, that feels so much better. Okay. So remember to do those things. I have again a lot that I want to get to. Um, I want to talk about Jordan Neely's assaulter getting away with what I thought should be murder charges. Um, I want to talk about George Santos seemingly getting away with all the things that he's done. I also want to talk a little bit about why we are so obsessed with celebrities. I may or may not get to that. It just depends. But first, I want to talk about the CNN town hall. And I know a lot of people had problems with it, whether it was the audience, whether it was Trump himself, whether it was the interviewer. But one criticism that I simply don't agree with is the whole notion of, well, why give Trump a town hall? Um, I don't agree with that sentiment, and I'll tell you why. You can't just ignore that Trump is the leading contender in the Republican, um, in the field of Republicans. You also can't ignore that between him and Biden, he's also leading by somewhere between 3 to 7 points. Now, I know it's early. I know the election is not till next year, but if it were held today, um, Biden would not be president. So you have to give him um, the time because he is, like I said, he's the leading candidate in the Republican field. You can't just ignore him. And that's another thing that I wanted to kind of get on is people are saying, oh, well, if you ignore him, that doesn't mean he's going to go away. He's going to get TV time. We know everything he says is a lie. As soon as he opens his mouth, he's lying. But um, you still have to put him out there so that you can say, hey, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. So in theory, I had no problem with CNN having the town hall. I had more problems with just that. That's like I had no problems with it, except for it was a little bit too early because this is May 2023. The election isn't even until November 2024. So I had problems with that portion, but in theory, there was nothing about them holding the town hall that I had a problem. Um, I had more of a problem with Trump himself. The reporter the so-called reporter who they got, the audience I had problems with, and I'll kind of break each one down. Um, somebody needs to tell Trump he needs to remember what he said. So there was a certain, I did watch some of the town hall meeting because I wouldn't be talking about it if I hadn't watched it. So there was parts in the town hall, there was a section in the town hall meeting where he was talking about E. Jean Carroll, the lady who successfully sued him for $5 million due to him being liable for sexual assault, not rape. That's different, but he was liable for sexual assault. The first thing he says is, well, I never met her. I don't know who she is. But then he switches almost in the same sentence, he switches over to, well, we were flirting and we were hugging and kissing. But you just said that you didn't meet her. So how can you flirt and hug and kiss someone that you've never met? The reporter did not ask that. Then there was another section. His answer on abortion was terrible. Of course, I know that if he's elected again, which it looks likely to happen, that if he's elected, he's going to sign a national ban on abortion. I don't know why he didn't just say that, but he did such a poor job answering that. It was this roundabout answer, and I wish I could share clips on YouTube, but they'll ding me for it. It was just such a terrible answer. He went with, no, I want to work out a deal between both sides. No, you don't. You are going to sign a national ban because that's what the Republicans are going to tell you to do. Just say that. Then there was another time in the video or in the town hall where, and I forget the reporter's name, she asked a question about the border wall. And he touted out the lie that he finished the border wall, even though he didn't, and that he was I'm trying to remember. It was something that he was against, and he said he was against it because he wasn't president, but when he was president, the policy was the same, so that made him for it. I'm just like, wait a minute, say that again. So you're against the policy because you're not president. That's not making sense to me. I also, I had several problems with the reporter. Oh my goodness, where did they find this person at? First of all, in a town hall, normally you let the people in the audience ask the questions. I'll get to the audience last because they were just despicable. But you normally let the people in the audience answer questions. But from my understanding, she used to work for, see, now I'm not going to remember, but she used to work with Tucker Carlson. I know she appeared on Fox a lot, and she's a conservative, but now she's on CNN, so she's not a conservative anymore. I don't know where they found her, but she just let Trump tell lie after lie after lie. I'm like, are you going to interject something? Like when he said so many lies, it's hard for me to pinpoint one. But the election denial. He was talking about the lady who was murdered. Well, no, well, she was. She's murdered by a police officer. Then he called that guy a thug. I'm not sure why she didn't follow up with, but you said that police officers are heroes and should be respected. But let's remember the police officer that he called a thug was Black. So you can make out of that whatever you want to make out of it. I think what bothered me the most, the thing that really bothered me the most was the audience. These people, they were described as Trump leaning, but this was more like a Trump rally. I mean, they laughed when Trump described E. Jean Carroll. They clapped at things that just were not appropriate to clap at. They definitely clapped when Trump said that he won the election. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what's wrong? There are people that actually believe the things that are coming out of his mouth. And that's the sad part. I mean, this audience was just, they were just laughing and clapping. And he didn't get a boo. He didn't get a real question. And that's the other part that bothered me is usually when there's a town hall, there's at least one or two hard questions. There weren't any. I mean, they um he didn't answer the question about whether he would pardon any of the January 6th terrorists. He just said, "Oh, I'll look into it," which means he's not going to do it. Um, he gave a terrible answer on the abortion question that a member of the audience asked. But the audience, it's like they just bought everything that he said, and I think, in my opinion, that's hard to beat. And the other side, the Democratic side, they aren't doing anything but complaining that, oh, CNN shouldn't have had it. Well, yes, they should have. Um, one, because town halls are always a good thing, but you need to get a reporter that's, well, better. You need to get one that's more experienced that knows how to push back. Like I said, I had several problems with her. I'm like, why aren't you showing video of him? Oh, that's right. I'm going back to the reporter who I had a question, issues with. So there was a portion of the video where I kept seeing the video, the town hall, where Caitlin Collins, that's her name, Caitlin Collins asked, "Hey, are you going to finally say that you lost?" And I don't know what answer she thought she was going to get, but you should have assumed it would be no. I mean, this man has been saying that he won ever since he lost. Like you were going to be the one person that would get him. I don't know why. Well, I know why CNN agreed to this. They have low ratings. I mean, their ratings have been in the tank for a long time. They're trying to make themselves a more right wing organization. You can clearly tell that. But this is just ooh, just not a good look. Again, I don't have a problem with them doing the town hall. If they did one with Biden, I still wouldn't have a problem. If they did one with Marianne Williamson, which they will never do, um, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's a little early, but it's still something that we need to know. Um we need a true town hall that doesn't stack the audience. I mean, he literally, it was like he just said, "Yep, if you vote for me, you still think I won, come on out. I'll be speaking." He didn't get hard questions. He didn't get any pushback. It made it look like he was way more popular than I think he actually is. But it was just a train wreck. I mean, they handled that so poorly. There are certain things that they could have done, i.e., show Trump himself speaking against what he was talking about. For example, when he said that he just made a perfect call to the officials in several states about the election. Literally, you should have been playing a tape of him saying, "Hey, person in Georgia, find me 11,000, et cetera, votes." Or when he said the comment about E. Jean Carroll that he never met her. And I pointed out about in the very same sense, he said that he was hugging and kissing her. And I'm like, well, didn't you just say that you never met her? Either you met her or you didn't meet her. And a strange development is that there is a chance that E. Jean Carroll may sue Trump for the insults that he dropped while in the town hall. There's already another lawsuit that she has against him when he was president. But if she adds this one, I don't think he ever wants to see her again. So it just amazes me how much this man just lies and lies. And they said they just literally just let him sit there and tell every lie in the book. So I want to move on to the George Santos issue. So apparently, for some reason, I am under the impression that he pleaded innocent, but he made some sort of deal to avoid jail time. If anybody knows anything, um, just correct me. But as you know, George Santos is the pathological liar from New York City, New York, Bronx area. Um, Basically, he's like Trump, but younger. Lied about his mother, was in the second tower on 9/11. He also lied about his race. He lied about uh, being a producer. Everything is a lie. So he was brought up on 13 charges. Um, and I was trying to read the 13 charges, but this site, which I'll put in the link, is this is a lot. So I'll just kind of skim through it without reading. So there's a fraudulent political contribution solicitation scheme, unemployment insurance fraud scheme, false statements to the House of Representatives, um, and yeah, this is just those are just some of the few ones. This, like I said, this is let's see. I'm trying to read some more parts of this. I thought there were a bunch of them, but this is just a lot. And I hope I don't forget to put this link in there. Um, and the Department of Justice is the one that brought these charges. Here are some of the lies that George Santos has told. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get to. He allegedly lied to collect unemployment benefits. He allegedly lied to donors, then used the money to buy designer clothing. He allegedly lied to Congress, but who doesn't do that? Okay, he lied about where he went to high school and college. He never worked on Wall Street either. Um, but you wonder where his money is coming from, and that's another thing. So apparently, when George Santos ran for Congress way back 2 years ago or a year ago, whatever, he was making $55,000 a year. Um, and he says that he was introduced to some hedge fund investors, um, and claiming once he bought into $1 million. Yeah, somehow he went from 55,000 to 6 million, no, to $1 million in a matter of months. Hello, where he get all that money at? Nobody's. I mean, I guess this investigation is going to ask it. Um, there's some. I'm trying to find something else. Um, Here's the worst one to me. He lied about founding an animal charity. He allegedly swindled a disabled vet whose dog was dying. He may have ripped off an Amish dog breeder with a bad check. Oh my goodness. Um, and he was allegedly uh married, then divorced. Of course, we all know he's gay, but let's see, trying to get to what else? Of course, I already said that his that he said his mother was in the of second tower in New York City in 9/11. He said his grandmother was a Holocaust victim. Um, and he said he had employees who died in the Pulse shooting. Oh, and this is my favorite one. I'm just reading this verbatim. So, putting aside Santos Holocaust fabrication, the representative also said a few times over the years that he's a conservative Roman Catholic. On Facebook, he posted a Catholic prayer and discussed the Virgin Mary. A priest in Long Island City said that he knows the Santos family went well and they occasionally attended Catholic Mass. But I don't get where that says that I never claimed to be Jewish, Santos said in an interview with the Post, which he also copped his lies about his education. I am Catholic because I learned my maternal family had a Jewish background. I said I was Jewish. In January, Patch unearthed a Facebook post from Santos from 2011, which he wrote, "Hi, his former roommate said Joe Santos would frequently make anti-Semitic jokes. He also said that it was okay to make those jokes because he was Jewish." Oh my gosh. Was Santos a drag queen? You can't. I say it's him, and I wish I could find that picture, but I had literally um I had literally read somewhere that he was pleading to those deals so he could avoid prison time. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please put those in the comment section. So I wanted to kind of briefly touch on that. And I said I was going to talk about our obsession with celebrity, but I think I'm going to save that for another time. And so I want to invite everybody again, or first of all, thank everybody for watching this video. Remember to like this video, share this video, comment, and please do not forget to subscribe. Have a great day. I'll see you next week for the Saturday show. Bye bye.